Alright everyone, welcome to the Week 7 Picks video. If you're new around here, this is the board. We're going to go through each NFL game for this week, and I'm going to make a prediction. So far I'm 60-30 on the year picking games, so we're going to try to add to that today, beginning first with a Thursday night football game. Thursday night football. Thank you, NFC East, for providing this wonderful matchup between the Giants and the Eagles, which I don't even know if I'm really going to watch, but it is what it is at this point, I guess. So, the Eagles are really banged up. They have a wide receiver come out of nowhere. I think, what was it, Fulgham is his name. And, I don't know really what to make of the Eagles other than they're just treading water right now. And then the Giants, they just seem to exist. So this is two teams that in any other situation we would be completely ignoring this. But the fact that the NFC East is as bad as it is, and the Cowboys currently lead it, I believe, with a 2-4 record because they're the only 2-win team in the division. There's a chance for them to move up in the standings by just getting a win tonight. So, a lot of people, I think probably we're going to go Philadelphia on this one. I'm going to take the Giants as kind of an upset, I guess. Some sort of an upset, but yeah, I'll take the Giants. And just to further sow chaos in the division, because that'll make the Eagles 1-5-1. And then that will add to the Giants' record at 2-5. So, yeah, I believe the Giants' record would be 2-5 at that point. Moving on to the Lions and the Falcons. The Lions in the NFC North are kind of an enigma this year. They seem to... They probably should have won that first game against the Bears. God bless the DeAndre Swift drop touchdown. And then the Falcons are the team that we just lost to that has sort of created the catalyst situation for the rest of the Vikings season going forward after they've now entered their bye week and they've started dumping players with the Yannick Ngakoue trade happening today. But for the Falcons, it was that spark of a head coaching change that, I picked them to win last week because the head coaching change to Raheem Morris. And I believed that would be good enough to beat a Vikings team that is just not very good on the field. They're good on paper, but when it comes to Sunday, they don't show up. So I think I'm going to have to stick with them for the second week in a row. I'm going to give the Falcons their second straight win over the Detroit Lions. I just don't think the Lions defense is going to be able to keep up with Atlanta. So I'm going to go that route. Next, we got the Browns and the Bengals. Browns are very beat up right now. Baker Mayfield was limited in practice this week with the chest injury. Jarvis Landry has a rib injury. Nick Chubb is still not available. There's injuries all along the offensive line. Andrew Sendejo is easily the worst starting safety in the league right now. So I don't think it could get much worse for them, and they just got brutalized by the Pittsburgh Steelers. So a little bit of a downswing right now for the Browns, and I'm going to maintain that stays the course. I think the Bengals are going to surprise them. I think this is a trap game. You would look at the two teams' records, and you would think that the Browns are probably going to take this. Despite the injuries to A.J. Green and the unhappiness of John Ross requesting a trade because he has not been utilized, this is now the team of Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins and Joe Burrow, and I think Joe Burrow is going to be good enough to pick apart this porous secondary that they have with in Cleveland. You just target Andrew Sendejo all day, and he'll just sort of make way for your receivers to make plays. All right, moving on to the Steelers and the Titans. This is the game I'm most interested in because this, I feel, has to be a revenge game for the Pittsburgh Steelers because the Titans were the team that messed up their bye week and forced them into this situation. So this was supposed to happen a couple of weeks ago. It's happening now due to the Titans having the COVID problem. And the Steelers, I got to believe, are hungry to make this a massacre. Taylor Lewan is out for the year with a torn ACL. So Ryan Tannehill's life is about to become that much harder. And it sucks for him that his first match without Taylor Lewan is going to be going up against this nasty front seven of the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is the best front seven in football. There's no other positional group that is better than this. I will die on this hill. So I expect a big day out of Bud Dupree. It sucks that they lost Devin Bush for the year. It really does suck. But there's enough talent on the front seven to keep things going. I'm going to give the win to the Steelers. They're going to figure out a way to make Ryan Tannehill's life a nightmare. And, they're going to get their revenge. Moving on to the Panthers and the Saints, this one's a pretty difficult one to sort of figure out because I want to give the advantage to the Saints for being the more savvy, veteran, experienced team, and Sean Payton being the more experienced head coach in the matchup. The tail of the tape swings pretty favorably towards the Saints side. But at the same time, it's just so tempting to go with the Panthers. Just the fact that they've shown up in ways that we didn't expect. They turn Robbie Anderson into a wide receiver one. They lose Christian McCaffrey. Oh, no big deal. We're still going to win games. It's kind of exciting what Matt Rule's doing in Carolina this year. But I think that going up against a team like the Saints is just going to be sort of a push back down to earth a little bit further than they did last week. So I'm going to go with the Saints in this one. Right now, it doesn't look like Michael Thomas is going to be available. He was not at practice today, but they've been winning games without him. Okay, moving on to the Bills and the Jets. I don't have to really say too much about this one. Bills win this game. Adam Gase sucks. Jets are going 0-16. It's going to be only the third 0-16 team. The first one was the Lions and then the Browns. Yeah, this should be the third one. Cowboys and the Washington football team. The Cowboys look absolutely dreadful in their primetime game against the Cardinals. Just completely, out of sync and really missing Dak Prescott. The offensive line has suffered so many losses that you got to wonder how they're going to be able to maintain this going forward. I think if they can win this game, suddenly look good, they'll go out and they'll get a left tackle. Cough, Riley Reid. Cough. Yeah, I'm kind of like pitching trades for my team here in the moment, if you will. The Riley Reid could be, how often is it that a serviceable left tackle comes on the market available for not all that expensive of a price? So as far as the game goes, the Cowboys defense is still bad. Ezekiel Elliott has some confidence problems, clearly. And Andy Dalton is definitely not going to, light up the scoreboard like Dak Prescott was. He apparently is targeting Dalton Schultz way too much. On the other side, the Kyle Allen thing, it is what it is. I think this offense, they're still going to try to run it through Antonio Gibson. Logan Thomas is kind of a diamond in the rough, if you will, at the tight end position. But, I'm just going to be a rebel. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say that the Washington football team wins a game in this just ridiculous division that is panning out because I want chaos. I want a 6-10 team to win this division and go to the playoffs. How amazing would that be? So the last time I picked Washington football team to win a game, it happened. Let's see if I can do it again. Next, we have the Packers and the Texans. I expect this to be a pretty good game. The Packers do have their flaws, but they do have Aaron Rodgers, so those flaws are kind of negated. Probably going to be a shootout, so I'm going to go with the team that can probably last the longest in the air raid duet, and that's going to be the Green Bay Packers, so I'll pick them. Next, we have the Bucks and the Raiders. This is easy for me because I like the Bucks a little bit better. The defense is a little bit scarier than the Raiders, and there's the situation brewing where this game might get pushed back because of the offensive line. The entire unit has tested positive for COVID, and they've gone on the COVID reserve list, also with Jonathan Abram. But to not have your entire starting offensive line available on a what is today, Thursday, that's kind of frightening. So this game could get pushed back to Monday, which I have no problem with. I love double Monday Night Football doubleheaders. But this is just very concerning going forward because the NFL rules state that you have to dress 8 offensive linemen, and I think they only have 5 reserves and 2 on the practice squad. So they'd be in a real pickle if things don't get figured out pretty quickly. Next, we got the Chiefs and the Rams, another divisional game. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. No reason to pick against the Chiefs. I don't think I'm going to do it for a while. Maybe if we come across another intriguing matchup. I missed the Raiders one, but no reason to pick against them, especially against the Broncos. 49ers and Patriots. This one's pretty difficult. I want to give the edge to the 49ers just because they're a lot more healthy and they've got a lot more synergy. And, they have a lot more talent at certain positions. And just even if the defense has been crippled by injuries this year. So I don't know, but I have to give the edge to Bill Belichick, and I can't stop doing it because I think, looking at Jimmy Garoppolo on the other side, that's just going to motivate him even more to be like, yeah, I have to prove that I was right to get rid of you. So I think I'm going to give the win to the Patriots over the 49ers. Next, we have the Jaguars and the Chargers. This is pretty easy for me. I'm going to go with the Jaguars, or excuse me, I'm going to go with the Chargers. Oops, I didn't mean to say Jaguars. Just to prove it, Chargers. I love Justin Herbert. I love what he's doing for the offense. The Jaguars are frauds. At that Week 1 win that they got, I think it was over the Colts. put expectations way too high. They've since come back down. They're now in check, and I don't foresee them pulling this one out. Next, we have the Seahawks and the Cardinals. Seahawks coming off the bye week. And the noise is that they're looking to add Antonio Brown. I think you should stay as far away from that as possible, to be honest with you. But I don't see how the Seahawks, are really going to be shut down. Cardinals lost Chandler Jones for the year. They lack a good pass rusher. They just missed out on Ngakoue, who was available on the market, but decided not to go that route. So I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks until something else happens. Just same situation here with the Chiefs. It's hard to pick against the teams that are doing good, the Steelers, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Seahawks. Really difficult to pick against those guys. But I have no problem picking upsets, which I have done plenty on the board here with the Washington football team, the Bengals. I feel like that's an upset. And I'm going to go with another one that I think is an upset for this one, despite the Bears being 5-1. Just to sort of, revel in my own misery with this division, the NFC North being what it is this year, where the Vikings are at the bottom at 1-5, and the Bears are climbing the ranks at 5-1. I'm going to give them another win. I'm going to say the Bears somehow back into another primetime victory, this time over the Rams. And I have no reason to explain it. I just think it's probably going to happen just because that's how it goes. So that is the board. Those are my picks for Week 7. Reminder, I am 60-30 on the year, looking to improve. Let me know what you think of the picks in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.